Alysa Liu defends Eileen Gu, calls critics hypocrites over Olympic representation debate. The Olympic spotlight rarely fades once the medals are awarded. Recently, Alysa Liu, the American figure skating champion, stepped into a debate that has followed freestyle skiing star Eileen Gu for years, defending her against critics who questioned her decision to compete for China instead of the United States. Speaking in a recent interview with the New York Times, Liu argued that the backlash toward Gu reflects a contradiction in how people talk about identity and nationality in sports. According to Liu, many of the people criticizing Gu overlooked the immigrant background that shaped her decision. Two Northern California athletes who took different Olympic paths. At first glance, Liu and Gu share strikingly similar beginnings. Both were raised in Northern California. Liu was born in Clovis, near Fresno, before moving to Oakland. Gu grew up across the bay in San Francisco. They have known each other for years through youth competitions and the tight community of elite athletes. Their success followed similar timelines. Alysa Liu became one of the most promising talents in U.S. figure skating, while Eileen Gu quickly rose to international prominence in freestyle skiing. Both eventually reached the Olympic podium. Liu captured 2 Olympic gold medals for Team USA. Gu earned 3 medals at the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics, including gold in freestyle skiing big air while representing China. Their achievements look similar on paper. Their national affiliations do not. Why Gu's decision sparked years of debate. Gu announced in 2019 that she would represent China in international competition instead of the United States. At the time, she explained that the decision reflected her connection to her mother's Chinese heritage. The announcement quickly became a topic of discussion across the sports world. Alysa Liu defends Eileen Gu, a debate over identity, opportunity, and Olympic representation introduction. The Olympic Games are often described as a celebration of human excellence, unity, and national pride. Every 4 years, athletes from around the world compete not only for medals but also for the honor of representing their countries. However, the Olympics also reveal deeper social and political tensions, especially when questions about nationality, identity, and belonging come into play. One such controversy emerged during the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan Cortina, involving 2 remarkable athletes with similar backgrounds, American figure skater Alysa Liu and freestyle skiing star Eileen Gu. Both women were born and raised in California, both share Chinese heritage, and both became Olympic champions. Yet their choices about national representation sparked dramatically different reactions. While Liu represented the United States and won gold in figure skating, Gu competed for China in freestyle skiing. This decision placed Gu at the center of a heated political and cultural debate. Amid criticism directed at Gu for representing China instead of the United States, Liu publicly defended her friend and fellow athlete, calling the backlash hypocritical. The episode highlights a complex intersection of sport, politics, identity, and public perception in modern global athletics. The rise of 2 Olympic stars. Alysa Liu, America's figure skating champion. Alysa Liu's journey to Olympic gold is a story of determination and talent. Born in California to Chinese immigrant parents, Liu quickly became one of the most promising figure skaters in the United States. At the 2026 Winter Olympics, Liu delivered a historic performance by winning the women's singles figure skating gold medal, becoming the first American woman to achieve that feat in 24 years. Her victory was celebrated widely in the United States. Media outlets praised her resilience, personality, and remarkable comeback after previously stepping away from competitive skating earlier in her career. Liu's success represented more than just an athletic triumph. For many Americans, she symbolized perseverance, immigrant success, and the continuation of a proud figure skating tradition. Eileen Gu, a global skiing superstar. Eileen Gu's rise in freestyle skiing has been equally extraordinary. Like Liu, Gu was born in California and grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area. Her mother is Chinese, and Gu spent significant time in both the United States and China during her upbringing. In 2019, Gu made the controversial decision to compete for China instead of the United States. Since then, she has become one of the most successful freestyle skiers in Olympic history. At the 2026 Winter Olympics, Gu won 1 gold medal in the freeski halfpipe and 2 silver medals, adding to her impressive record from the previous Olympics. Despite her athletic achievements, Gu's decision to represent China has sparked intense debate, especially in the United States. Critics accused her of abandoning her birth country, while supporters argued that athletes should have the freedom to represent whichever nation they choose. The controversy, national identity, and Olympic representation. The controversy surrounding Eileen Liu highlights an ongoing debate in international sports. Who gets to represent which country? The Olympic Charter states that athletes must hold the nationality of the country they represent. However, many athletes choose to compete for countries different from their place of birth for various reasons, including heritage, opportunity, or personal connection. Gu's situation drew particular attention because of the geopolitical tensions between the United States and China. Some critics framed her decision as political rather than personal. For instance, some American politicians and commentators suggested that Liu benefited from American opportunities, yet chose to represent a rival nation. Others, however, argued that such criticism ignored the complexities of multicultural identity. For many people with immigrant backgrounds, national identity is not always simple or singular. Alysa Liu's response, calling out hypocrisy. During interviews following the Olympics, Alysa Liu spoke openly about the controversy surrounding her friend Eileen Liu. Liu emphasized that she had known Liu since they were teenagers growing up in the Bay Area. When asked about the criticism Liu faced, Liu responded bluntly. She said critics shaming Liu for representing China were being hypocritical. According to Liu, many of the same people criticizing Liu would have previously told immigrants to go back to their countries of origin. Now that Liu had embraced part of her heritage, those same critics were condemning her. Liu's argument highlighted what she viewed as a double standard. Immigrants are sometimes told they do not fully belong in America. Yet when someone embraces their ancestral roots, they are accused of betrayal. In Liu's words, there is no shame in going to where opportunity is. Friendship beyond flags. Despite representing different countries, Liu and Liu share a long personal connection. Both athletes grew up in the same region and competed in winter sports at a young age. Their friendship illustrates a key reality often forgotten in political debates. Athletes are individuals with personal relationships and stories that extend beyond national narratives.